I remember when I decided to become a police officer back in 2012. It was I was a part of the Wildland Fire Crew, and in doing so, myself and my crew we were having conversations about what was going on in policing, some things that were considered as police brutality, different things, and everybody was just talking about the problem. Like, man, police are this, police are that, and they need to defund the police. They were talking about that in 2012, and at that moment, I just thought, you know what, like as a man, I want to be a part of the solution instead of talking about a problem. And
Right.
at then and there, I decided to train my body, my mind, and just prepare to become a police officer. Anything stand out to you on when you wanted to become a police officer?
Well, at the time when I wanted to become a police officer, I was in seventh grade. That's when I made my decision, and I
Nice.
stuck with it the whole entire time. It was just what we were learning about in school and stuff, and I think it had to have been like the JFK assassination, and talking about like all the components of it, and, like the mystery of it, and all the conspiracy theories. I was like, I want to be a detective someday. So that's kind of what started it, and it took off from there. And I never changed. Went through college, got my degree in criminal justice, and here I am.
I like it.
So kind of just going based off of that as far as college and stuff goes, I think that's kind of when I really knew I wanted to become a police officer, kind of when I was in college, because I was going through it, studying to be an engineer. Um, and I liked it, math and physics and all that stuff. It was very fun to me, having to find a solution to things, which is what we kind of do every day here,
For
you
sure.
know. It wasn't until I had my job over at the airport and I started talking to all the police officers there. They started telling me, hey, after speaking with you, what you're doing, what you're studying, how you kind of are, you like to talk to people. They're like, hey, why don't you become a police officer? Think about it. I'm like, hey, you know what? I've thought about it. Let me just look into it some more. So, started doing ride-alongs, research and stuff like that. I'm like, man, let me see. Let me do a ride-along. So
Hmm.
I did a ride-along, and ever since then, it was like, man, this is more interesting than being an engineer, and it seems like it's something I want to do. You're out speaking with the community and stuff like that. So I just stuck with it then, and that had to be about 2014, and ever since then I stuck with it, and then here I am.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same. I think growing up, I always pretty much wanted to be an officer. Coming from my dad, he's also an officer with Chandler Police Department, and I just remember when he would come home with his stories, and I just remember thinking, oh, that's awesome. Every day is so different for you. And the take your daughter to work day, that's where I would go. I was like, can I go with dad? And so I would go with my dad. And then once I got older, going into school, I was like, yeah, that's still cool. Maybe I might look into nursing because I thought, my mentality was I want to help people. I want to be there for somebody. So I looked into nursing, and it just wasn't a good fit. It wasn't something I was looking for to learn about, or it just didn't intrigue me like I thought a career should. So I switched my major, went into criminology and psychology, and that's when college it clicked. It was just I'm excited about this.
Yeah.
I'm this is my whole life of what I can do. I can help people, and so that's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do it, and got my degree. Did my internship with Chandler PD as well, and then I knew for sure
Yep.
this is it.
How
So
you
here I
go?
am.